This is section 1.2. So let's go over the homework for section 1.2. Okay, so we have to start with problem number 9. On page 102, here we are. $73 and $75 there on the bottom. Have to raise it up in order to be seen. And there's 103. Okay. Okay, problem 13. X squared plus 2xy plus y squared equals 1. It's a lot easier if you factor into x plus y squared equals 1. And they give me proposed points. 0, 1 clearly works. 2, negative 1. 2 plus negative 1 is 1. 1 squared is 1. And negative 2 plus 3 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So it becomes a lot easier if you factor first. Number 19, 2x minus y equals 6. If you do a little bit of work, it looks like y equals 2x minus 6. And that goes to 3, 0, and 0, negative 6. Goes like that. Y equals x squared minus 2. 0 gives me negative 2. Either a plus or minus 1 gives me a negative 1. Plus or minus 2 gives me 2. So a rough sketch is something like that. Y equals 4 minus absolute value of x. I plug in 0, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6. So 0 gives me 4, plus or minus 2 gives me 2. Plus or minus 4 gives me 0, plus or minus 6 gives me negative 2. So the shape is something like that. 49, ask for the y and x intercepts. X intercept means y equals 0, y intercept means x is 0. Plug in 0, you get negative 5. If y is 0, x squared minus 5 is 0. 5 equals x squared, so x is plus or minus radical 5. So y intercept is 0, negative 5. X intercept is plus or minus 5, 0. 51. Plug in x equals 0, put a 0 there and a 0 there, you get y equals 1. Plug in y equals 0, 0 there, 0 there, 2x equals 1, x equals a half. So y-intercept, which means x equals 0, 0, 1. X-intercept means y equals 0, 1/2, comma 0. 59, x is 0, put a 0 there, 0 there, y squared is 16, y is plus or minus 4. Y equals 0, put a 0 there, 0 there, x to the 4th equals 16. Take the 4th root and a plus or minus, x is plus or minus 2. So x-intercepts are plus or minus 2, 0, y-intercept 0, plus or minus 4. Okay, 71, the equation looks like this. The center is negative 3, 4. You change each of these signs. And it's the radius is the square root of 25, which is 5. So here's negative 3, 4. I go 5 to the left, 5 to the right, 5 up, 5 down, draw my circle. Okay, 73, center is negative 3, 2. Radius is 5. So I'm going to go x plus 3 squared. Again, you change these signs. Plus y minus 2 squared equals r squared, 25. All right, 77. These are the endpoints of the diameter. So the center is the midpoint. The midpoint is the average of the x's, comes out to be 2. Average of the y's comes out to be 5. The radius is distance from the center to either point. 5 minus 2 squared plus 9 minus 5 squared. That's 3 plus 4, square root of 9 plus 16, square root of 25, 5. So the equation is x minus 2 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 25. 83, we have to complete the square, throw the negative 1 over. X squared minus 2x plus y squared plus 4y. Then I complete the square, half the coefficient of x, half of negative 2 is negative 1, squared, you get 1. Half of coefficient of y is, half of 4 is 2, 2 squared is 4. Add 1, add 4. This factors in x minus 1 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 4. So the center is 1, negative 2, and the radius is 2. 93, move over the 45. X squared plus 6x, half of 6 is 3, 3 squared is 9. Half of negative 12 is negative 6. Negative 6 squared is 36, add 9, add 36. x plus 3 squared plus y minus 6 squared equals negative 45 plus 9 plus 36 is 0. So it's a center negative 3, 6. The radius is 0, which means you just have a single point. The point is just negative 3, 6. Okay, for symmetry, for y-axis symmetry, you replace x with negative x. If I replace x with negative x, I get y equals negative x to the fourth plus negative x squared. That comes out to be the same as the original, so I have y-axis symmetry. If you replace y with negative y, you do not get an equivalent equation as the original, so you do not have x-axis symmetry. And if you replace x with negative x and y with negative y, that's where you test origin symmetry. So put a negative y there, negative x there, and a negative x there. This we already know comes out to be x to the fourth plus x squared, but there's a negative y here, so that's not the same as the original. So I do not have origin symmetry. 97, replace x with negative x, put a negative x there and negative x there. I get y is negative x cubed minus 10x. That's not the same as the original, so no y-axis symmetry. If I replace y with negative y, that just becomes negative y. Well, that's not the same as the original, so no x-axis symmetry. But if you replace x with negative x and y with negative y, put a negative there, negative there, negative there, it's negative y equals negative x cubed plus 10 times negative x. That's negative y equals negative x cubed minus 10x. Multiply both sides by negative 1, you do get the original back, so you do have origin symmetry. Okay, for 99, since all you see is x to the fourth and x squared, y to the fourth, y squared, clearly when you replace x with negative x and y with negative y, you get the same thing back, so this has all symmetries. 101, the original was the red, have y-axis symmetry. I just draw the mirror image over here, so I get this. And for 103, origin symmetry, you just reflect across the origin and you get this in the third quadrant in that particular case. All right, so these are some problems from section 1.2.